jumped on the Regal app the other day, and there is a double feature. Superman, the movie, and Superman 2, the Donner Cut, are both playing at our local Regal. I have no idea why, but they're both playing. All right, so we just got out. There's a balloon dangling from the ceiling fan, and it's blocking like a quarter of the screen.
Woo! Yeah. Long.
It was a very long movie.
It's a long movie. There's a lot of faffing about in that movie. The horniness. I mean, it starts at 5 and just quick ramps, like goes.
Don't take me to a movie that has Marlon Brando and not expect me to spit facts about his bizarre habits.
They're just ripping pants open left and right.
Dude, 52. He broke 50, and they were like, you know what? No, let's give him another chance.
They gave him 2 more chances after 50. He's putting up Bill Cosby numbers on these pants. And they let him keep going.
Who is this person that's carrying this movie on his back? It's Ned Beatty.
Immediately, like, Mom, I just saw the most incredible thing in my life. And her mom just goes, what did I tell you about lying? And slaps her real hard. You can hear it from the street.
Bye. Haven't I told you to stop telling lies?
Ripped off his wig and said, it's me, Lex Luthor.
He didn't have a secret identity.
No, he just had a wig.
Which he wore all the time, so people would know him with the wig on.
Genuinely had a really fun time with it. Like, it's really fun. It's really endearing. Like,
rightfully remembered as fondly as it is. I don't want to watch it again anytime soon. It was really long. But it's like, whenever I go back to it, I'll enjoy it. It's good.
Let's see. The second one holds up.
Let's get into it.
2 hours later.
Okay, so we just got back to the car. Just finished Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut.
What a change in quality.
That was horrible. That was so bad.
What a drastic shift in quality from one movie. That whole sheen, that whole, like, that love, that mystique from the first one, just gone.
Everything that was amazing about the first movie, all the things we were talking about, from Clark Kent's mannerisms to Superman. Superman isn't even in this movie until right at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you love about the first movie is not in this movie.
It's mostly just... All right, so if this is the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire trilogy, this is the second one. This follows right in line. This is the second one.
It does. Yeah.
Where he loses his powers, and he's basically just bitching and moaning the whole thing. He's just whining, eating a lot of hot dogs. There's a lot of weird references to hot dogs in this. Like, they keep bringing it up, and then she didn't order a hot dog at that diner.
A cheeseburger with everything on it and a Coke.
She brought it up no less than 3 times before that. Nobody ate a hot dog this whole movie.
There's so like, you mentioned like 5 things. There's so many things I want to mention here.
Let's talk Superman first.
Okay. Well, I want to say this first.
Okay.
I think the clear and obvious reason why this movie is worse is because Ned Beatty is hardly in it.
I know. All the magic was gone in the first, like, 5 minutes of the movie.
You take your star out. You take the power out of the movie.
They left Pigpen in the Hooskow, and they just left him. He just kicked the ladder off of that thing because he was too fat.
By the way, for this entire segment of the video, I'm replacing your avatar with Ned Beatty.
Okay, that's fine.
AKA pork pie, AKA corn cob.
As long as it's from Deliverance, that's okay. I'll allow it.
So Superman, starting at the beginning.
I mean, it's exactly Spider-Man 2.
That's crazy.
He's just crying and whining. And, Lois, I don't think you have any reason to believe that I'm Superman. Then he gets tricked by a blank and a gun. By the way, Lois is insane in this movie. She throws herself out a window just because she doodled Clark's outfit onto a picture of Superman, and that was all she needed.
Insane. Also,
No, you didn't just come up with that this morning. You thought it in the last movie and then just didn't mention it.
So I mentioned this in the movie, and you guys will have to let us know in the comments, because it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, and like parts of it I recognized, but I remember I only saw this once when I was a kid, and I never watched it again, and now I know why. Because even as a kid, this movie did not do it for me. But the scene where Lois reveals herself, or Clark is revealed as Superman. I think that was in the movie, but there was a scene where she threw herself into Niagara Falls. There was a scene, I think it was right after he saved the kid. They were talking together, and I have this distinct memory that she throws herself into Niagara Falls, but he doesn't want to give himself up as Superman, so he just falls in with her as Clark Kent, and they both just flounder in the water together. I don't think I'm making that up. I'm like 95% sure that actually happened, but it wasn't in this cut, so that must have been in the non-Donner cut.
Are you gonna make me watch the theatrical cut of Superman 2?
I don't want to, but I gotta know like what's in there. What's not.
I would genuinely like to see
Just out of
the difference. So
curiosity.
you're saying like the theatrical cut? They're like, you know what this is missing? More her throwing herself off of things and attempting suicide. That's what we were missing.
There were also like several things that you could tell, like I mentioned at the end, like the well, not skip to the ending yet, but like the literal final shot. It's just the same final shot from the first Superman movie where he flies away and looks at the camera. Like it was the same, and he was even cropped weird. Like, so there's a lot of like, you know,
so
there's some clear like cut ups and stuff in there. So I would like to go back and rewatch that for sure. I wouldn't like to, but I'm curious to go back.
Do you think we've got to be in a pretty small percentage of the population that's seen, or at least me, like that's only seen the Donner cut? That's never seen the theatrical release of Superman 2.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even count myself as that because I saw it when I was a kid, but I remember portions of it. Like, I wouldn't count that as a watch.
You don't remember Zod's just nonsensical, incoherent screaming? There is a lot of just one word, like just yells. Father! Father! just flying in through New York. Just nothing. Like, it's so weird. He's so calm and arch and, maniacal. And just, what a strange, pitiful world. He's just pontificating about how pitiful everything is. Yeah. And then every now and then...
Honestly, everyone was bad in this movie, especially Christopher Reeve. Like, I think all the magic that he brought to the first film just wasn't there. He wasn't horrible. I mean, like, he's still Superman, but just his acting was worse. And it could have just been the script he was dealing with. Like, I mean, the material he had, but it just felt, everything just felt worse in this movie.
Yeah, I don't particularly know why.
I
wish I would love to know. But we're going to have to.
Yeah,
we're going to have to go watch the other one at some point. I need a break, but it's midnight right now, so we still got another 2 hours in us. So bang out that original.
5 hours in the theater plus extra 2 hours of the original Superman 2 cut.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. It's just everything feels so much more, even though like this movie on a whole is bigger, more bombastic. Like it went by way quicker than the first one did.
Definitely.
Like during the first one, you leaned over to me and you're like, "There's still an hour left." I was like, "Fuck, I'm going to the bathroom. I just got to go to the bathroom. I had to." Like I was just so tired of all the nonsense. This one, not as much nonsense. Everything felt like, that scene had its place. It's just what was in that scene was dumb.
Very insane choices in this movie. The humor was so bad, especially at the beginning with Gene Hackman and his lady. That was awful.
What was that? This weird like knockoff Harley Quinn Joker kind of escapades. Yeah, they're just like bantering. They're not even bickering it. They're just, I've never seen human beings behave like that in my life. It is insane.
I think, the only character I feel like was a small improvement over the first movie was Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor in this, especially in the back half of the film when he started interacting with Zod and them. Like, I kind of enjoyed his just cockiness with them. It was funny. Like, I enjoyed it.
He turned into like a sleazy salesman.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, I don't know. I mean, he was already a little bit that. Well, no, he wasn't at all. He was just like, he was presented, at least in the first one, as like a calculating sort of, evil genius. And this, he's just like a greasy used car salesman
who wants Australia. That was the funniest thing in the world.
What do you want now? Now you're showing us this home base. Cuba. And then it cuts. Hard cut.
They hadn't given him anything. Like, they kept almost killing him. He wasn't getting what he was asking for, and he kept giving them stuff.
He's like, you know what? Just give me a guarantee. Give me like the document. Give me the deed to Australia first. And then, that'll be good. But now I want Cuba too. Without any kind of, that's ridiculous.
So I feel like since you bring up Spider-Man 2, which I didn't make that connection, I can't believe I didn't make that connection. That's exactly what this is. But I mean, in every way, Spider-Man 2 handled this better.
Wait, is the next movie? Because I know there's one of the Chris Reeves Superman movie. Chris Reeve, not Reeves. I've been saying that this whole time.
It's easy to, yeah.
Chris Reeves Superman's, where he's like Bizarro Superman. He's like negative evil Superman for a little bit.
I want to say that
if that's the next one, that's exactly Spider-Man, because that's when he gets the Venom thing and he's Bully Maguire. And so if that's 3, then it's they just repeated the same thing, the exact same formula.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm about to just crack the little nut right there, dude.
I think we need to talk to Sam Raimi about it. Suspicious here. It's a little suspicious. But that same plot that they did in Spider-Man 2 was so much better. I mean, it's just like, one, it's like you just felt the connection to Peter Parker more. You really understood why he didn't want to do it. He had saved more people, and like he had something to go to. In this one, like Clark is human for all of like an hour, and he gets the shit beat out of him, and then immediately goes back to being Superman. He learns
0 lessons in that.
Yeah.
All right, so in Spider-Man, we're going to just keep doing this. In Spider-Man 2, he still goes and rescues that little girl from the fire.
Yeah.
He learns, like, he kind of proves to himself, like, I can still be a hero without the powers. Like, I still have that. That's in my heart. Like, I can go and do this. Like, I'll put myself on the line just like I would if I had the powers.
Right.
Superman, Clark Kent, gets his ass whooped in a diner. And is almost crying. He is like blubbering like a baby. Like, dude, you're still Superman. You still have that confidence. You don't have to pretend to be Clark anymore. You are Clark now. What? Just take a beating. Like, get knocked out. Don't just like. Here's my blood. Don't. What are you doing, man? Like, I understand you're not used to getting hurt, but like, it's just so weird to see him just like blubbering like. Like, oh, so that's who you really are, Superman? Like, deep down, like, when the cards are on the table, you're that guy?
That's, I think, what I was saying earlier, when it's like, where it's just like, I hated Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
His performance in this. And I wouldn't even say it's him necessarily. It's just maybe the writing. I don't know who to blame. But, like, it didn't, everything that was awesome about Superman and his character and his morals just didn't exist in this movie. I mean, that Lois Lane pussy got him acting unwise.
They had one night together on a big cellophane sleeping like beanbag, and that was enough for him. He just lost it all, man. And damn, dude,
fuck Lois Lane for just standing there and watching.
In his shirt.
Yeah, that was amazing. Superman shirt. Awesome. That was funny.
That was pretty hot.
But just standing there while he's giving up his powers. For why?
Yeah, you could say no. Or say, yeah, anything.
Hey, don't do that. And also, why can't he be Superman and be with her? Was that established?
Because of the plot.
Okay.
Andrew, because of the plot.
I wasn't sure if that was established. I mean, I know they said you can't change, like, you can't involve yourself or something. But, I mean, like, he does. So I don't know what the rules are on that. I don't know.
No, it was this whole thing of, like, you can't... Marlon Brando's whole point was that it was just, like, he was going to spend too much time with her, protecting her. Like, if he has the focus of, like, one human, then he can't save them all, I think was the line. Like, you can't, like, divide his love and attention amongst all of them.
That was cool to... I'm really surprised that, like, Marlon Brando was actually in this movie. I did like that scene where he walked up, put his hand on him, and said, I split my pants 52 times.
You son of a gun, you stuck it in there again. That's silly. That's a good time. It's very late. What did you think of Zod and his crew?
I love Michael Shannon as Zod. It's like you can't top Zod for me there. I mean, they were just so one-dimensional. They were whatever.
Michael Shannon brings the exact same energy to this, but it's the most, like, focused, like, version of that outlandish kind of behavior. And he knows, like, it just all comes together. He's not just wandering around, like, setting snakes on fire.
That was so funny.
Also, did that hurt her?
Apparently.
Are Kryptonians vulnerable to snakes? Just random snakes?
It bit her. She did not like it.
She reacted. She threw it and immediately set it on fire.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel so weird being so negative about this. Like, I was more excited to see this one than the first one, honestly.
I was too.
I was just so curious. I was excited. That's just such a bummer. It's like, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I did not like that. One thing I will say, though, that was great and fresh and totally unique was the ending. Like, you're just like, where'd they get that idea from?
I know. Where do you come out to fly around the world so fast that you reverse time? Like, that's incredibly creative.
That's incredible. Oh, that was in Spider-Man. That's what it was.
Was that Spider-Man too?
It was pulling from Spider-Man.
Ah,
Sam Raimi, man. He's a sneaky bastard.
Copying my boy Toby again.
But no, that was horrendous. Why? That was horrible. The worst part of the first movie. And you're going to end... I think... I'm wondering if that was Donner. The Donner cut.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to watch the other one. Damn it. Hey, guys, just go ahead and leave us notes. Everything we got wrong in this. Just tell us exactly what was in the Donner cut and what wasn't.
Be as detailed as you can so we don't have to go back and watch.
Please, I'm begging you.
Yeah, my jaw was on the floor when he was flying back.
I don't think he went back in time to erase the, Lois knowing who he is thing. I think he went back in time just to beat up fucking Big Ed at the diner.
Honestly.
He went in there, dude, you could see that smile on his face as soon as he walked there. He was ready to go. He thought, he thought about that little one-liner coming in. Dude, he knew exactly what he was going to do.
And I'm not going to nitpick here because I just feel like pretentious or whatever. But like, what did he back up to? Because like all the timeline was all confused. Like, where did he back up to? Because like, did he back up to the first movie? Did he back up? Because he backed up to when Zod and his crew were in the Phantom Zone, which was in the first movie. Because it was the nuke that like, set him out of the thing.
Yeah, it was at the end of the first movie. Or, well, I mean...
So none of the events of the second movie even happened then?
Yeah, I guess not. I get... And what's to stop that from happening again? Because he doesn't know how they got out. Yeah. He didn't know about that. So it's all just going to happen again.
Why did he go back in time?
I don't know. Just because Lois knew?
But now they're getting pizza together, as you pointed out, at 9 a.m.
Oh my God. Dude, that why would you go get me a pizza, Clark, you piece of shit. I'll pay for half of it. Throw you a bone, you loser. He's like, okay. And he goes up, and there's a good 3-second shot. It just pans up to just the clock, and it's 9:15 in the morning.
He just arrived at work.
What is happening?
But like, I don't understand if he went back in time so that Lois wouldn't know, because he's getting pizza with her. Like, he started flirting with her immediately. What, is she not going to figure it out again? So like, why did he go back in time if it was to prevent Lois from knowing? He's already getting involved with her again, and she's going to find out. And
also, it seems like he didn't do it right this time. Like, he missed a rotation or two, because like everybody kind of knows what happens.
Yeah,
Perry White's like kind of befuddled, looking out into it, like, hey, wasn't I doing something else? Lois is sitting there at the typewriter thinking about that story she was just writing on her typewriter. Can't figure out what it is, talking about the Antarctic and all that kind of stuff. Like, bizarre that it worked different that time. Also, we skipped over like one of the most ridiculous things we almost saw. Superman's time travel stopped us from seeing. This is why he did it. I just figured it out. He stopped time and reversed all of that just so Perry White wouldn't go in there and brush his teeth with a lit cigar in his mouth. What was that, dude? This man is already in a robe, done for the night. He's clocking in. Last thing he's got to do is brush his teeth, and he has an entire lit cigar in his mouth as he's putting toothpaste on his toothbrush. What was the plan there, man? Were you going to wait until the cigar was done? It was still had like more than half. Were you going to set it down, brush your teeth, and then put it back in your mouth? Lunacy. This whole movie is just, that's all you need to know right there. Is that one scene describes everything in here. Like, something is happening. People are acting with some kind of agency, but it makes no sense at all the entire time.
Ned Beatty is rolling in his grave.
What? Is he? Is he dead?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think he's dead. I hope not. He's got to be ready for Shooter 2.
He wanted to be Dick Cheney in that Christian Bale movie so bad. That's all he was doing. Oh, man. Oh, me, oh, my.
After seeing that, though, like, it made me enjoy the first one even more. Like, we both liked it, like the first one. But after seeing that, I like massive improvement of the first one. Just seeing for reference how bad it could get.
Yeah. Apparently, they all kind of go...
Well, I thought it was 3 and 4 that go downhill. I didn't know 2 went downhill. I thought everybody always looks at Superman 1 and 2 as the good ones, and then you get like the Bizarro Superman and Richard Pryor and all this weird stuff going on in the 3 and 4 where things start to go downhill. But apparently it happened sooner.
Yeah, that's... Oh, damn.
Man, she absolutely eviscerated that curb.
Oh, dude. Got both tires up on the median, scraped the bottom of the car. That was phenomenal. Crap, there was something else I was going to say about it.
I know, there's so many things.
Why did Lex, at the beginning of the movie, go all that way to the Fortress of Solitude just to then just come back with no... He didn't even bring, like, a crystal with him.
Yeah,
He didn't get any information, didn't figure out who Superman was.
I don't know.
What was the point of that? What was he going to do?
I don't know. Wait, no, he did figure out who Superman was because he went to the Daily Planet. That was the first place he went to with Zod. So he must have known something.
Well, I think it was kind of like, again, Spider-Man tell like Doc Ock going to grab Peter Parker and Mary Jane because they know that like...
Okay, yeah. Why did he go there then? I mean, that didn't serve any purpose for him.
Not that I could discern. And then he just left his knockoff Bond girl sidekick.
He did?
She never came back. We never
That's
seen
true.
the rest of the movie.
What happened to her?
I don't know. I guess maybe they heard between that 30 minutes, that first recording we did, Richard Donner heard about like how much we thought his lackeys detracted, and they just got him out in this one. Maybe that was the Donner cut we were talking about.
He must have misheard us because we said more Ned Beatty. We specifically said more Ned Beatty, not less.
Fucking Richard Donner.
You need to stop giving these people director's cuts. Like, just
what are we doing? No, release the air cut, dude. Suicide Squad 1 was gonna be a masterpiece. I'll burn down a theater if they release an air cut of Suicide Squad, dude.
Well, they will after they sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, which is definitely gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
super happening. I'm cutting this out. I'm not creating an enemy.
Yeah,
I'm not creating enemies.
Anything else I would do? Is there anything else? I
have
confused.
Nothing else to add. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
That would have been a great movie to be drunk and watch. Because
Hindsight.
I think you would have.
Hindsight, yeah.
You would have just let it slide a little bit more. You'd have just had fun with the goofy flying. The flying is so much worse in this one. I feel like
everything was worse.
Like the way you're like watching Zod and his cronies kind of just bump into each other.
Yeah.
When they're like, when they're in New York and they're fighting they're kind of just like crisscrossing. They're just kind of bumping like they're like little screensavers, just kind of floating around. Just
that's what it was.
Pinging off and stuff. It was so weird. Also, did he take that other guy out of the game by putting that radio tower back on him that he'd already knocked off completely?
Yeah.
Was that the plan there?
I think so.
That's hilarious.
So. Yeah, their power, like that's always like. I'll give grace there because like that's always going to happen. Like, that happens in any superhero movie. The power levels like increase and decrease. That's always going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was just egregious in this movie. I mean, like it made no sense. I mean, Superman was nearly killed by a bus slowly sliding into him. The entirety of New York thought he died when a bus pushed into him. They're like, he's dead. 4 people said he's dead.
Like
Superman's dead.
Individually.
Superman's dead.
It was, even the extras in this were just so apathetic. They're just across the street. He's dead! And that was it. Like, they didn't... Oh, no, and then one guy goes, Spider-Man 1 style, they killed Superman. Let's get him. Yeah. And then they all just grab New York street trash and just run at these 3 people who just killed Superman in front of them.
Joey Diaz just runs out of the crowd. Gotta go through me.
Listen, Joe Rogan. Jim Norton in the background. He stinks. I don't like him. Dude, I mean, just Oh, Marlboro paid for that movie.
That was a huge
Back
ad.
to front. There were several, and so in the last movie you get one. I noticed at their first meeting, their little private interview.
Yeah.
Lois is smoking a pack of Marlboros, which I thought is gross. Real woman smokes American Spirits. Today's podcast is sponsored by American Spirits. And then this movie cranked it up to 11. He goes from being thrown into a Marlboro truck, which we see no less than 3 more times after that.
Yeah.
He gets out and then throws Zod into a Coca-Cola sign.
Yeah.
We only get one of those. Coke was like, you get one. And then there just keeps being Marlboro stuff on top of the cabs. Every sign, it's kind of in every scene. It's like a little, find it game. It's like a Where's Waldo? Where's the Marlboro ad placement in here?
Yeah, it was I agree. Like, I noticed the one in the first one, but it was very egregious in this movie. Like, there was so much product placement. Superman smokes Marlboros.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Oh, all right. This is so incoherent, like this rambling right now. There's no flow to this. All right, the one last thing I want to talk about, that ending scene in the Fortress of Solitude.
Oh, okay.
Superman just gives up. He doesn't even pretend to fight them in there.
Yeah.
And he, Lex is faster than him.
Yeah,
You notice that?
I did.
He, does a little reach for Lex, and Lex just, scoots it real quick. Lex is a normal guy. He could have just grabbed him.
Again, the power levels are just all over the place.
Insanity. And he's not even putting up any kind of fight when, the woman he loves is right there, getting choked out by a hot alien. Well, hot. An alien. And he's just, he's not even beating up the big, as Perry White put it so eloquently, that truck with hair.
That is one thing I do love in these movies, Perry White.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's awesome in these movies.
Very, very J. Jonah Jameson, just
love it.
Get out there and get me more headlines. I need sex. I need violence. Come on.
These, you hit the nail on the head. These movies walked so the Spider-Man movies could run, really. I mean,
honestly, yeah.
The Spider-Man movies took so much from these, and I never even realized it.
I didn't either until right now, until I just started talking.
Until you just said it to me, how long are we recording? 28 minutes ago? Until you said it to me 28 minutes ago, I had not put that together. We should go back and watch those.
Oh, yeah. I'm down whenever you want to watch those. But, that last scene is just so irritating. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody in there has a plan. Zod's just all right, I got my boys. I can't be beat. What's next? What am I doing? I'm going to keep gloating. I'm going to, being maniacal. And then Lex is oh, hold on. I need Hawaii this time. Your boy. I'm Lex, your boy. I'm Lex Luthor, your boy. I got you in here, all right? Give me Maine. Beautiful country. He's just wheeling and dealing, does not understand the threat of this situation at all. Superman is just a sad sack already. He's given up. I'm not even sure when he came up with that plan. Because it didn't seem like he had that the whole way through.
I agree. I mean, if he was playing chess that whole time, awesome. But I got no indication that he was.
No, because he was putting up 0 fight. He was not he seemed like it was way too easy. But again, these guys were all dumb enough. They would believe it no matter what he said. And then I love the little switch thing that they did. And then I love that Lex had to explain it for the audience. He was like, you were in there. But then you made it out here. And Superman's like, gotcha, buddy. Also, where did they go when he throws Zod into the pit? The big guy just jumps in of his own accord.
Yeah.
And then Lois gets to hit the woman because, God forbid, Superman hits a serial killer.
I assume they just fall indefinitely.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because now they're in the Phantom Zone, but where were they for that little bit of time?
Oh, yeah, true. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I forgot.
I forgot none of that movie
Thanks
mattered.
for reminding me. It
None
doesn't
of it
matter.
mattered. Not a single moment of that movie mattered until Superman went back in there and beat up Big Ed, or whatever his name was, in the diner. He sat him on his own food and slid him into a pinball machine. And then I noticed, I was looking because I was just curious. Those were all $2 bills. that he
What?
handed the guy. He's like, sorry for the damages. And he hands him like a fat stack of cash. And I was looking as best I could. I was like really zooming in. It was all $2 bills.
I missed that.
That paid for none of that. Not for that broke. That didn't even pay for the stool you broke. Much less that collector's item pinball machine.
It bought the pie you smushed this man into, and nothing more. I mean, just like, that's not Superman. Superman doesn't do that. Okay, I won't say that. This Superman doesn't do that.
No.
Like, there can be a million different characterizations, but this Superman, it's like everything you established with the first movie is unestablished in this movie.
Yeah, he behaves completely differently.
If you had told me that this was the first movie, I would almost believe it more, because he seems more petulant, he seems more childlike, he makes stupid teenager decisions, whereas in the first movie...
Dad,
Yeah.
I'm horny! That scream was so bad. Yeah, he was so horny in the first movie.
He was very horny.
The first everybody was. Dude, you remember? Do you remember 2 hours ago? Like, the first chance he gets just pisses it all away at the behest of his father. His untold knowledge telling him, don't do it. What about Krypton? You're human. Yeah, he's so different in this movie for no discernible reason.
Yeah.
Other than the culmination of his horniness. I said horny too much. Let's
I want to go to bed.
appreciate it, guys. Thanks for listening and all that.
Bye.